Oh, okay. So I'm watching myself. You know what's really cool? What's really cuckoo? I'm watching myself. What's really crazy is I've been using this iPad for a couple of years, let's say up to 2 years now. And I just realized that when I want to sit my iPad straight, that I just have to take it out of its sheet that it's in. It's in a sheet like this, and it sits this way, the iPad, right? Isn't it funny the way the iPad sits this way? Sits this way. It's got three parts to it, like triangular. But anyways, I sit it on its side now. I don't know who's here right now. I'm gonna like myself. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it looks like I'm the only one here. Okay. So I made a little promise, well, not a promise at all, to somebody who asked me to look at their birthday. Now, I wrote down and I tore out pages. I'm going to tell you what the birthday is, right? We're going to go over this. I'm not going to give you the definition or what your life path is, but a better understanding on how to achieve the roadway for where your life path is. And we're going to work on February. Don't like this pen. We're going to go to February, right? And the word February, right, just like January, is going to be a numeric value of 96, which is going to be 48 by 2, which is going to be 6 by 16. When you get the 48, you're going to create 44 in a division, right, of 320 minutes in order to complete the wholeness of one game. Now I'm going to hockey now because hockey works with 120 degrees because there's 3 periods. So that means it's also going to work with number 8. This is where I am in expressing the understanding in the word February to its numeric value. Now this is going to be a very tough video, okay, but it's going to be a very easy video and it's not going to be a very long video. What I'm trying to explain right now is each and every number that comes along with the word tells a story within its own on how that number is built. Since it's number 96, which is a crazy number because the cubic number to create this is 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 to create this element. I'm not going to get to the dots and the dashes. So 69 is 3 by 23. 96, I think, is 4 by 24. What's ironic about this is 3C and 4D reverse is 23W and 24X. The total is 47. It's the exact time period we are now, with the 47th presidency, in where the 23rd presidency was Benjamin Harrison, 2 and 8. It was supposed to be Kamala Harris, which is K11, 2 and 8. Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and 24th president. In between, okay, was the 23rd president. So when we go up a level for its domain of 23, because it becomes the first 23 before we inflict the other half of the alphabet. Do you understand? I'm going to show you this here, and I'm just going to show you it. 3C, 4D. And then you have, it's going to be a little bit messy. Oh, it's pointed the wrong way, the camera. So what you get with 24 is 3. What you get with 23 is 4. This will create 11. This will create 14. So when you see the initials K and N coming together, also noted that 14 and 11 is 25. 25 is like the white rabbit or the mushroom in Alice in Wonderland, where 2 doubles everything up and 5 cuts everything in half. Now I'm making a short story very long, because as we talk about it, I'm learning and looking into it myself. Now we also have to understand that when you have two numbers in a value, right? There's a couple of ways to look at two numbers. I can look at it either as the center number and the second row of numbers, or if there were three numbers, I'd have a number here, a number here, and nothing in the center. Am I using two numbers towards a 2 cubed or 2 squared? Can I use two numbers in what is a 3 cubed? Meaning I would have 096 within the word, right? I really have to explain that. When we have under 2, when we divide something 2 and under, it becomes a 0 point something. When we have the change in our pocket, the most it will be is 99 cents. Otherwise, after that, it becomes $1 plus. When we talk about the dollar, we talk about where the location of the dollar sign is, and that's on the fourth key, the fourth planet. The fourth planet. When we talk about the 3 key, we have the pound key. We know that the dog is located as K9. We know it's the 9 lives of the cat. We know that when we get K, it becomes number 11. Number 11 only comes together in the association of any number accumulated with 2 at the minimum, brings in 9 at the maximum to make the lowest reality of what is 2 and 9, 11, unlike 3 and 8, 11, that with 2 or with Venus or with 2 and with the ox, that we bring within 2, we bring Aries, and we connect the ring up upon what the pole is in order to create what is the coming of Venus. The minute you get into 3-8, you've now brought the pole in the center, connecting to the heavens. 8 is your heavens, your 4 heavens, your 8 by 8, 64 area space. It's going to occupy 3 areas, just like this cube, right? It's going to be like this. One area here, one area here, one area here. It all moves around, right? But it didn't at first. You're living on this area over here. I'm presuming you stick out your arm here and one arm over here, right? And you have your 2 legs on here, letting this free roll below you, right? When you're standing on the cross, to understand this way. Do you understand what I was talking about before? Is it 2 wide or is it 3 wide? Which way are we going to go? Awake or asleep? Now, all I started with was the month of February, which is number 96. That goes with January. And we have to look at U. We have to look at the letters U-A-R-Y equaling to 43, and U 21, 22, and 43. Is that 65? January, like an Aries. So January is like an Aries. So why is January saying what is an Aries and February is saying what an Aries, when actually Aries doesn't come out until the late part of March? Also to note that when you're counting something finite and fixed, the center, you're counting the heart, and you need an outstretched arm to grab another planet or 2 planets or 2 zodiac signs to the left of you to be able to contact 2 zodiac signs to the right of you. And then you're going to create what is all of you. Your configuration will be 1-1-1 or 2-1-2. Therefore, since we have the 2-1-2 area, we can just use it like this as 3 elements. We can use 3 or we can use 5. When you use 5, you can take your element and skip on into the other elements. You always need an outside borderline or bookends. So now let me get into February. February is 65 and 31. So I already see there's a link to the cube. I already see there's a link to the moon. I already see there's a link to angels. There is a link to our cycle of 313. There is a birth connection link, that the UARY, okay, can be duplicated, okay, within inside itself. Even though I need 65 and 31 to equal to 96, I need 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 5 and 5 is 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1, that when I come 2 by 2, I reduce to this numeric value over here. I know that will extend to the angel wings. The 1 and 3 is also going to connect what is your birth, okay? In the month of February, and we're working on the 11th of February, number 11 ends up in the house of bait, okay? It is the bait. Hold on a second. It's a shame that I can't like somehow harmonize with this dog and have him stop screaming at everything he sees. Ozzy, and I can't tell anybody the name of this dog, okay, so don't listen. Ozzy, can you come here, Ozzy? Please? Pretty please? So now for everything that I've done in the last 12 minutes, I hope I haven't lost anybody with this. You know, it's funny because the iPad says 1 like, and the other piece says 2. So we're going to get back to February 11th, 1975. Okay, first I want to talk about 1975 and the way I see things in numbers. Again, I have 4 numbers, right? Let me just use this. Let's just use this as 4 numbers. So when I have 4 numbers, there's a few ways I'd like to look at things. If I call it thousands, I didn't use the cents. So if I didn't use the cents part, will I be talking about the year without the month? If I talked about the month, will I be talking about the 12 months, right? The year comes in a 4 part. The month, right, comes only with 12 months. We have 30 or 31 days. So everything's going to have, I'm trying to see how to explain it because there's just so much going on. So anyways, let's try to keep this short. We just know things run by 3. So since we have 4 numbers, what we can do is start from left to right and make 1 the first area, 9 the second area, 7 the third area, 5 the fourth area. Another way we can look at it is we can keep 1 and 5 on the outside, call it 6, 9 and 7 on the inside, call it 7. So we now have 7 and 6 coming together in that. We have Earth and Mars coming together. Born on the 11th, we're now into the mirror world, born under the house of bait. Okay, we're born, as I understand it, in February, it is going to be Aquarius. So since it's Aquarius, okay, the complete reflection of Aquarius is going to be Taurus, right? Aquarius is the second to last sign in the zodiac, and Taurus is the second to last sign. But apparently the enemy sign for Aquarius is Leo. Did I get that right? The enemy sign for Aquarius is Leo. Let me see if yes. So it is Leo. So the reverse of Leo is Scorpio. So that means Scorpio should be a friendly sign with Aquarius. Scorpio is the 8th sign, right? Aquarius is the 11th sign. They usually say it's about 3 apart, right? Or 3 and 4 apart. So I'm just trying to, right now, I'm just trying to teach myself how to understand with the numbers what's happening. So let's bring back 1975, right? What we're going to do in 1975 is we're going to say, because we're born in the thousands, I'm going to use that 1 as Pisces. Because it's the 1900s, the 9, I'm going to use as Sagittarius. Because it's 1975, I'm going to go, the 70s was with Libra, and the 5 that comes out is going to be with Leo. When I reverse the year of birth, a complete reverse, and not the enemy sign, right, of the year of birth, or should I go to the enemy sign of the year of birth? I'd rather do that. We go to the enemy sign of the year of birth, okay, in 1975, what we're going to end up with is a Libra, Cancer, Pisces, and Sagittarius, and Scorpio. Those are going to be the numbers to the numbers you were born. So if you have 1975, we are going to go 7, and I'm going to have to add 6 more. So we add to 10, 11, to 12, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go down to Gemini, right? Did I get that right? And since I got 7, we're going to go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to 12, and then we're going to do Taurus, right? Is that possible? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That doesn't work out. I'm making some sort of mistake. And I don't want to over talk and bore anybody with this. I'm trying to find the enemy sign of the number 9 of Sagittarius, right? When you're born in the 1900s, everybody that was born in the 1900s is born under Pisces and Sagittarius. Everybody that's born in the 1900s, no, made a mistake. Everybody that's born in the 1900s, okay, is born under Aries and Sagittarius. No, yes, Aries and Sagittarius. When you're born in 1975, the 7 is going to be Libra, and the 5 is going to be Leo. That's your basic year of birth if we went in that order. Now, because the 5 is in the first position, right, there's a few ways to look at it. You come into your actual real zodiac birth sign, okay, either on a 1, okay, on a 1, you come back to your birth sign on a 4, so you're going to start on a 5, right? So you're going to be 5, then you're going to be 8. This is your 5 birth. Then it's going to be 8. Then it's going to be 2. And then it's going to be 5 again. So you have to come in. So when you run this cycle, right? This 1, 2, 3 year cycles, you don't come actually into your birth sign until the 4th cycle. Does anybody understand that? You follow what I'm saying? Because everything runs at 12 months, and I'm looking at the Chinese zodiac, so I'm using it also within the Western astrological zodiac. Even though your sign comes every single year, you've extended your distance from the sign until you return to the cycle. For instance, you are in your sign now, you will move your sign next year, okay, 3 ahead. And you will move your sign next year 3 ahead. And then when you move your sign 3 ahead the next year, you come back into your sign. So it takes 12 years for you to fall back into your sign. So in the 6th year, you'll become an enemy to your sign. It works like that in numbers, which is associated also easier to understand it with the Chinese zodiac, right? So since imagine if we balanced, what is it? Is the Chinese zodiac a sun zodiac? Confirmed to where the Western astrology zodiac is a moon zodiac. One works by every single month and one works by the year. Just to note that those born in 2012, right, 12 years later is 2024, right? It was 12, 1 and 2, 3, 2 and 4 is 6. The next time is 2036, that's 9. And then it's, 2024, 2036, 2048, you're back into your sign again, if you understand what I'm saying. So we stretch out of our sign, right? After 18 years, is it 48 years? I'm in my sign now. Let's say the year 2000, I'm in my sign. 2012, I move 3. So let's say I start here I'm going to just take a fictitious year, 2002 I was born. 2014 is my sign. 2002, 2012 years later, 2014. 12 years later, 2026. 12 years later, 2038. Now I was born in 2 3 and 8 is 11, right? So I had to go 12 years to get to here, 12 years to get to here, 12 years to get to here. I think that's 36 years in order to fall back into your sign. That means in the 18th year, you will be in a somewhat of a low spot towards your sun sign. Now, how do you correct that? I haven't figured out these numbers yet. The same thing comes with your zodiac sign, right? When you get into the seventh, after your birthday, right? When you get into the 6 month sign away from your birthday, it becomes a lull time. But there's something else happening inside the star system. I'm not sure if I'll be able to design this or not. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Okay, ciao. Yeah, so I don't even know if I'll be able to do this, right? So I'm just doing this real quick. That when you affect one system, you affect all the systems. So it becomes like a jumping of the zodiac. If you're not over here, once you're over here, you're also over here. When you're over here, you're also over here. When you're over here, you're over here. And then I believe somehow space contracts itself. Do you follow what I'm saying? This is like a sort of like an accordion, like space is like an accordion, or where you see distance, right? They're actually passing energy amongst itself. So where you see maybe great distance, it's just actually like an accordion. I'm not sure which angle you would have to put this on. And there's separate sets. Let's say there would be a package here and a package here, and this would be the constellations. There would be maybe 22 constellations, okay? Or 22 constellations, and then it overlaps 22 constellations, and it overlaps 22 constellations, and by the time it gets around, it's the total of its constellations. I'm trying to understand it. It needs to be understood the same way this cube needs to be understood. I don't know why there's absolutely, oh, okay. Okay, so I'm not going to be on, I don't know, I'm having trouble with seeing we'll tune in soon, listening. Huck 2, George, Huck 2, what is this? Hey, Cookie Crafter, how you doing? The cat people peg me. Hello, bald pedo. Okay, so I can see the minute I get comments like that, isn't that pretty cool? The minute I get harassing comments, like I find it, you know, these two same persons said the same BS, right? You know, I just leave it. That's okay. I don't mind. It is what it is. You know, I don't want to upset the matrix. It has to confuse itself. You know, if somebody wants to be angry and stupid, that's fine. So flight ain't Ami. Ami, how you doing, Ami? Right? So yeah, so like I was saying, back to the sign, and I'm not finished it yet, right? But being born in a 5 and 7 year, right? You have the eye that's connected to the 7th gate. You're also one of the strongest 11 numbers, which resides inside the base of creation. Now, remember, we live in a matrix system, but the matrix system is hooked up to an imperial system, right? It's matrix and metrics. It's a transition between systems. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to explain one day that when you go to sleep at night, this is going to be the end of the video because I'm going to be back at 11. I'll be back on at 11. But what happens at night when you go to sleep, you have 90 minutes to REM sleep. So in REM, in French, it's called réveil, right? Is to dream. So it's within the time of Eve, 545, within the time of the sun. The sun is within your creation. Your base creation, right, comes together with 3-6, not with 1 and 2, with the 2 moons and the 1 moon. So your first 90 minutes, what happens is you're centralizing to your daily moon, which is going to be a leftover of what the day was, the day before, and the night association of the night before. What happens after 45 minutes, right? You start to fill up your dream pool between these two elements here. This one will start filling up both pools. I'm not sure how it works. and then all of a sudden you'll fall into your REM sleep once you've fully connected to your feet and your head within the heavens of our creation. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, right? I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you can't see this, I'm going to have to do it later. Oh, it's showing up good on my phone, so maybe you do see it and I don't see it properly. Another thing is we need the total area space. If the sun is a point of departure, we're going to leave it in the center and stretch it out. And when I stretch it out, I'm not just stretching it out over just Venus. I'm going to stretch out the sun over Venus and Mercury, over Pluto and Neptune. That's how I'm stretching out the sun. I need to stretch out the sun from the 0 point. Even though it's a numeric element, I count it as the 0 point, and until it makes its way hugging two planets, or at least one planet, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's a point of departure of measuring a diameter. Perhaps it's just the crossing of a window, if we want to look at it that way. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you, Cookie Crafter. Take care, everybody. So, peace and love. We'll speak to you a little bit later about 11. Ciao, ciao.